What's going on, guys? It's your boy Indigo, and welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this, I hope you're having a good day and a great weekend, or had a great weekend, because the weekend's basically over. Alright, today's video is going to be on Becky Lynch and her return. I have a lot to say about this, so grab a cold beverage and a snack, and I hope you guys enjoy. Before I start, please hit the like button. I say it all the time, hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot, more than you realize. Leave a comment. This time I want to know your guys' thoughts on Becky Lynch's return, in your opinion. And don't forget to check out my latest videos on the channel. I reviewed Dynamite the other night. CM Punk made his debut on Dynamite. I reviewed SummerSlam, and I also did Punk's return in over 7 years on AEW Rampage episode 2. And any other videos that you guys missed is on the channel, so definitely check it out. I really appreciate everyone's support. Whoever watches this, I appreciate you just taking the time to watch me. I'm trying to be more consistent, and I feel like I've been hitting the strides with that. And one more plug. Shout out to my good brother Joseph Carlin on the Big Fight Field channel. I will be making my epic return this week. As you can see, I'm excited because Joseph is my boy and I love him, and every time he asks me for a favor, if I'm available, I will do anything for him. So check it out, guys. It's dropping Thursday. It's going to be Joseph, myself, and my guy Austin, aka Game of Goons, my other best friend in the community. Shout out to you, bro. We're going to be giving our thoughts and discussing all out. So you guys check it out. You guys don't want to miss it. It's probably the biggest. It's going to be the biggest collab in the IWC this year, in my opinion. So enough with the plugs. Let's get this started. I don't even know where to begin. I guess I'll just start at SummerSlam. If you guys want to know my thoughts on the whole show, it's on the channel. Watch it. I'm not going to just talk about it again. So on SummerSlam, so I'm gonna start with Sasha Banks. I feel like I should start with her first. My GOAT, my girl Sasha. The last time we saw her on TV was during the contract signing. When Zella Vega and Carmella came out, Sasha enlisted them two idiots. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it wasn't her idea. But she had a contract signing with Bianca. She basically laid Bianca out at the end of the show because I think that closed out SmackDown that day. I can't remember. That was the last time we saw her, Sasha Banks. Since then, we thought the match was still going. Like, we didn't really hear what we know now back at that time. So she basically took, she wasn't medically cleared to compete on the pay-per-view. Like, I found out at least 24 hours before the show started, because I have a source that hits me up. Well, we talk a lot. He trusts me with information, so he told me in advance that, yo, Sasha, she's not wrestling tonight. Well, tomorrow night, because he told me the day before. I knew something had to be up. I don't speculate. I'm not like that. Again, I have a source. So either he hits me up or I just ask a simple question like, hey, what's going on with such an X topic, you know? So these idiots, they knew 8 days in advance that she couldn't compete on the show, but they still advertised the match. Now, I watched that shit from home. Now, if I want to pay, I'm not going to a WWE show. I'm not. You will not catch me wasting money for Vince McMahon. I'm not. I'm sorry. The people that paid to sit there, and they Sasha Banks fans, and they probably wanted to see Sasha Banks the most outside of Reigns and Cena. Imagine how they feel. Cause if you know me, you know how much I respect Sasha Banks. In my opinion, she's the best female wrestler on the planet right now. That's just me. Huge fan of her. I respect her. I love her work. Picture someone like me at that show that paid hard-earned money to sit there expecting to see her, and they come out of nowhere saying, "Oh, she's not going to compete. We going." Here's what happened. We thought that it was going to be Bianca and Carmella again. Even though we saw that a million times. Nobody wanted to see that. Carmella got no reaction, and again, so this is the actual accurate information. Bianca and Carmella, they both knew in that moment that Becky was returning. They knew in advance that she was there and that she's going to be doing something with them too. Again, keep in mind they knew 8 days in advance that Sasha wasn't cleared to compete at this pay-per-view, but they still advertised her. That's bad. That's just retarded in my opinion. Like this this is why I don't watch WWE no more. Like, you guys, the people that know me, they know my story. I started watching this company the day they fired CM Punk. Cause I don't when watch my CM Punk video, guys. That's why I tell you guys check out all my videos, cause I reference a lot of my past videos on my channel. In my Punk video, I stated why I started watching WWE, and it was because of that man. Because I relate to him a lot. I never met him in person. I hope to one day at a meet and greet, but I never met this man a day in my life, and I relate to him so much. Again, I've been a fan of this man since his Ring of Honor days. I'm not a person that became a fan of him in WWE. So when I heard the Colt Cabana interview for the first time, that really, like, I was done with WWE. Like, I made a promise. I'm not watching this shit no more. There's other promotions out there that I can invest my time into, in which I did. At that time, at that time became a New Japan fanatic. That's what I am now. It's the number one promotion in the business. I mean that genuinely. It's the even now with everything that's going on in Japan, like they still number one. They the top promotion. So it was just dumb in NXT when Triple H took over. Triple H and Dusty took over NXT. Those was the main promotions I was watching outside of Ring of Honor. Anyway, Punk made his return on episode 2 of Rampage. We all know this. We saw it. I've seen it a million times by now on YouTube. Everybody in WWE watches AEW in some way. Either that's in real time, live, as they air on whatever day on YouTube, TNT, pay-per-view, they watch. They know what's going on. Everybody, including Vince. Even Vince, if Vince doesn't watch it himself, he has people who watch it for him. That's just a fact. So they wanted something to counter Punk's return. Mind you, this is the same company that did this. CM Punk could have died in their care. If you guys don't really know what happened, he could have died working for Vince. Because the doctors, Vince, the manager, they didn't really care about his injury on his back. Because he had some pimple-like shit on his back. It kept growing and manifesting. And Punk kept asking his fucking doctor, yo, are you going to do what you did to other people? Because I saw you take this shit out of other people's bodies. But why you doing so much negligence on me? That's the truth, guys. And I'm never forgetting this. When Punk left, it was Vince, Triple H, Johnny Ace, all them kiss ass yes men. Punk talked to all of them in their face and said Owen Hart died in their care due to their negligence, which is a fact. And that could have that same fate could have happened to CM Punk if he didn't leave the company, if he didn't quit. And the fact that they fired him on his wedding day made me even more pissed that I didn't want to fuck with WWE no more to this day. Speaking of 7 years, it's 7 years since I haven't watched that shitty product full time, you know. Hence why you guys will never catch me doing no review on Raw or SmackDown on my channel. I refuse until we fully get that change. Now, this is all tying into Becky Lynch because Becky was supposed to come back in October. This is fact. This is facts. If you don't believe me, it's out there. Just look on. Just check out your favorite reporter in the community, whether that's Shirwa Sapp or Dave. All those people reported that she was scheduled to come back in October, but they speeded it up because of Punk. Becky Lynch isn't as over as CM Punk, and I love Becky Lynch. Now, I first saw Becky at NXT, like I said. This is why I shared this Punk story again with you guys, even though I talked about it already. But I first saw Becky at NXT when NXT was NXT. I think the first match I saw was the Fatal 4-Way. No, I'm bugging. She wrestled Sasha. I forgot what it was for or what year. I think it was 2014, 2015, one of them years. But she wrestled Sasha. Great match. Even back then when they was, not as big as they are now, I saw it. Becky knows what she's doing. She's been training since she was a little girl. Because in the UK, you could be like 7 years old and you could have experience. You could experience a lot than people that train out here in America, if that makes sense. But since that match with Sasha, I've been a fan of Becky. When she got called up, I was happy, really happy for her in 2016 when they did the this was when SmackDown Live was SmackDown Live, man. And Becky was one of those people, when they created the SmackDown Women's Champion, she was one of those people like, Becky's that underdog type character. She could get over with the fans. We could really invest time in her. Like she seems relatable in real life. Like, here's the thing with Punk. Punk is not a gimmick because Punk is so relatable on a personal level that someone like Brock Lesnar, on a personal level, you won't really relate to. Now I relate to Brock because Brock don't fuck with people like that, and I don't fuck with people like that. But we like money. So, well, with Punk, he's so relatable to us that, like, I could actually see myself hanging out with him, if that makes sense. So Punk is genuine. That's why I became such a huge fan of him in the first place. Especially the first summer of Punk. By first summer of Punk, guys, I'm talking about Ring of Honor 2005. Because a lot of people misconstrue the second summer of Punk, the WWE shit with the pipe bomb and all that other shit. That's not the first summer of Punk, guys. Just want to put that out there. If you're an OG of wrestling, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, they wanted to counter Punk return. Nobody was going to counter Punk. Like that reaction, I never heard a reaction like that in my life. And I went back. I saw Edge return on the Rumble last year. It didn't top Punk's return. Cena's return at Money in the Bank didn't top Punk's return. That was a pop. Probably the only thing that I could really gauge. I'm not even gonna say that, guys. Forget what I just said. Nobody's gonna counter Punk return. Nobody. So they decided to rush Becky back. So she comes out, her music hits. She gets it was a pop, but it wasn't as much as Punk's. I'm happy Becky's back. First of all, she looks so amazing. She really does. She looks the same, really, to me. Um, we missed her. I missed her. It's great to see her back. Don't get me wrong, but here's what happened afterwards. She basically challenged Bianca out of nowhere. Bianca looked like a fucking dumbass, smiling and shit. She basically accepted the challenge. Tried to shake Becky's hand. Becky slapped her hand. You should have knew what's up. 27. They saying it's 26 was 27 seconds. That she this woman beat Bianca Belair. There's a story going around that she pushed to turn heel. Everybody, I don't fuck with a lot of other media in terms of wrestling news, but I had to research this for this video. Everybody's saying it, so it's apparent that it was her idea to turn heel. I don't like that because she loves Stone Cold so much, right? When Stone Cold turned heel, it backfired on him, Vince, the company, because we knew that shit wasn't going to work. Like Stone Cold is so fucking beloved by people. Nobody's really going to boo this man. But the 2-man power trip, it kind of worked, cause we all back then we hated Triple H. So it kind of worked back then, but at the same time it didn't, cause look what happened to Austin's heel turn. It didn't last long. He went back babyface. So if you, I'm using Stone Cold because this woman is such a big fan of Stone Cold, and you saw how his heel turn went, and you trying to come back as a heel, knowing that people is going to cheer the fuck out of you for being out for a year and a half, for having a kid. Mind you, she relinquished the Raw Women's Championship. Like, is she colorblind? Like, that's the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca has nothing to do with you. I'm also mad because Sasha Banks took a break. She left after Mania. She recently came back. Like a few weeks ago, she recently came back. And she sees everything. She's one of the pioneers of women's wrestling, in my opinion. Like her Bailey, Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, women like that help put women's wrestling on the map. I'm not even gonna go even further back and talk about Trish and Lita and Chyna, Jacqueline, women like that, Alundra Blaze, people like that. But I'm only just talking about the 20 teens era, like the 20 teens decade. It was women like Sasha, Bailey, Awesome Kong, and Gail Kim that really put women's wrestling on the map. So Sasha Banks is paying attention to everything. She didn't want to put Bianca over at first at Mania, but then she thought about it. She really wanted to do it. She tried to change her heart, is what I'm trying to say. So you telling me that all this work this woman did was for nothing? For nothing? Now, I feel like we're not going to see Sasha for a few months now because of this shit. I think it's COVID related. I don't want to speculate. I think it's something medical reasons why she's not pregnant. So if you're thinking that negative, that's not true. So I don't know. I just wish her a speedy recovery. If this is true and it was Becky's idea to turn heel, she lost my respect. Again, it's great to see her. Like I said, we haven't seen her in a year and a half. But what makes you think that turning heel is going to do anything good? And you buried someone that was a rising superstar. We all love her. She's another beloved babyface. You want to bury her in 27 seconds? Like, it's not about her losing the title. It's about how she lost the title, guys. Again, it's not that she lost the title. It's how she lost the title, guys. If you agree with how they did that, don't talk wrestling. If you follow me right now, you're watching this and you agree with what happened at SummerSlam, don't talk wrestling with me. Because you're just stupid. I'm sorry. If they wanted Becky to win the championship, they could have had a competitive match. because that's what we thought was going to happen. Whether Bianca won or lost, we all thought it was going to be some type of competitive match. Because it's Becky. We haven't seen Becky in a long time. She's been training to come back. We've been seeing her on social training and stuff. She looked, like I said, she looks amazing. It looked like she never had a kid. That's how great she looks. So I made this video for the simple reason that I saw the clip on YouTube of what happened on SmackDown. Bianca's coming out smiling like nothing happened. That really made me mad because I'm like, yo, like you held that belt since April. You coming out smiling because somebody who's been out for over a year, that she's not even on your brand. You coming out smiling like nothing happened. So they made her look like a fucking retard. This is why I don't watch WWE, guys. You know, I would talk about it. I only watch the pay-per-views if I'm being like completely 100 with you guys. Other than that, I don't watch WWE no more. It's just AEW in terms of American wrestling and Ring of Honor and MLW, because MLW is coming back. But WWE isn't where it's at no more. You know, they got Nick Khan in, this former corporate lawyer, this fucking former agent for some fucking corporate business. He ain't gonna last long. He's here to take as much money from Vince as he can. He don't give a fuck about nobody in the company, including Vince. He just wants that money so he can keep buying mansions and shit, guys. Just open your eyes. Like, if you got kids or something, you gotta watch this shit with your kids. I get that. But if you're really sitting here, investing your time to watch Raw or SmackDown is tolerable. I'll give them that. I could tolerate SmackDown if I really need to watch SmackDown. If my friends tell me like, yo, Indigo, you gotta check out SmackDown, such and such happened, I think you would like it, I would listen to them. I would check it out. But other than that, I'm not wasting my time watching Raw, guys. I'm not. So if this is all true, Becky's lost my respect, and she, to quote JD from New York 206, she's no better than Goldberg, because Goldberg got that mentality. Mind you, this is another thing that pisses me off. Becky is becoming it again. If this is true, because it's being reported by a lot of people, a lot of trustworthy people, and that includes my personal source. Because I don't really get news from like the Observer or any of that other shit. If this is true, Becky became what she hated when we was all behind her. You know, when during that rise to the man. She's becoming what she hated, and that's just sad to see. Cause at this point, Becky, she's on that elite team of wrestlers that WWE will never fire or punish, such as Roman Reigns, the Usos, as you saw with Jimmy Uso. You know, Seth, The Miz, people like that, the people who they feel are their team players, like basically shills or kiss ass. Becky's become she's one of them now, and it's just sad to see. But this is not gonna get Bianca over if that's what they thinking, or other people who don't know shit about wrestling are thinking. This ain't gonna get Bianca over at all. I don't know what Sasha factors into this, because she signed a fucking contract for she's owed an opportunity. But we'll see what happens. It's just fucked up that she came back to SmackDown to bury somebody who WWE got behind since April. Not even April. She won the fucking Rumble. So from the Rumble to now, it was just a waste of time. That's really why I wanted to make this video for you guys, because I wanted to get my thoughts on this. So we'll see what happens. I'm just losing care about WWE. Like, oh, this includes my favorites. Is Roman, Sasha, and Walter. Those are the only three people that I will stop what I'm doing and check out their stuff. But can I say they about to sell the company soon? That's what it looked like to me. But thank you guys for checking out my video. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for taking the time out to check out all my stuff. Appreciate it. My subs are growing, my views are growing. So I hope you guys like my takes on this beautiful sport, this art, professional wrestling. Until next time, guys, take care and be safe. I'll talk to you guys later.